Moocluck? Where are we?
I'm not sure. I can't see anything.
Use a spell. Light up the area.
Alright. Jeez. Hold your horses.
What the hell? What are you doing here? Where's the demon hunters and the Illidan's and the artifacts and stuff?
Yeah, what sort of cheap trick are you trying to pull?
You see, I told you he wasn't telling the truth, Moocluck. Yeah, you never listen.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 96 of FinalBossTV. Normally your WoW in-game rating show with, of course, me, your host, Adam K, aka Bay, but today, a special Machinterview. I'm really bad with names, but I think it's adorable. Sitting down with Nixxiom and Moocluck, who you just saw their adventurers are suddenly in Karazhan. Who did that? How did they get there? And why are they there? You can check that all out in part 1, which is annotated somewhere in here if you're on YouTube right now. If you're live right now, you can watch that on Nixxiom's channel soon. And then you can cross-pollinate and watch the whole story. And then you can, of course, sit here right now and listen to us chit-chat for the next about 4 hours, at least. But who are our guests today? They're these fine gentlemen over here. I'll go with Moocluck. Hello, sir. How are you?
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Not bad.
All right. Do you have any way that you can tell us how did your heroes get to the Karazhan? What happened? Do you have to just wait? Or?
Oh, I don't want to spoil that, babe. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep that on the down low until Nixxiom puts his video up. Know what I'm saying?
Okay, sir, you lost your hat. Is that okay?
Well, that's fine.
It's okay. It's fine.
Don't pay no mind. Pay no mind.
All right. Fair enough. We'll go over to Nixxiom. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hello. How you doing?
What you got in that pipe there?
A little Casanova tobacco.
Okay. Sounds good.
Got my beard.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It all looks totally normal. Yeah, I like it.
Thanks. Been growing it for about a week. Yeah.
Is the hat to keep the inside tan off your face, right? You don't want to get burned by those light bulbs, right?
Yeah.
It's very warm in there.
I'm
gonna get rid of this hat. It's doing me no favor.
I'm gonna get rid of the hat too. Alright.
Hello, gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
The joke's over.
The joke's over? Oh, no.
Joke's over.
The sky's off. I don't know if I should keep the beard for a little while.
You look like a young and old Christoph Waltz at the same time.
I'm looking to mine some gold up in the hills. That's what I'm looking for.
Is that what it is? Yeah? Oh my goodness. Wait, you still have a beard on, Nixxiom. What? Nothing changed.
Yeah, take yours off, loser.
Take my beard off. I can't do that. I can't do that.
I'll keep mine on though. We'll keep mine on. That's okay.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Look like your beard. Like, where is it?
Oh my god.
Beard under your beard.
Where's your Where's your underbeard?
Oh, that was painful. I ripped it off. Oh my goodness.
Is your face okay?
I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay, guys.
This is gonna be really awkward for the audio-only listeners that have no idea what's going on right now. They have no context. So they'll have to come over and just watch it on YouTube then. Gosh. So it's great to have you guys on the show. We've been kind of planning this for, oh my goodness, about a month and a half or so. A while. To get you guys on the show. You both do some pretty incredible things on the internet. Do you want to regale us with a trip back in time? Nixxiom, you can start us off real quick here. So who are you, sir? What do you do on the internet, and where did your like character come from? What's all? Take us back in time.
Back in time. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back in time to Burning Crusade if we're gonna talk about Nixxiom and where
okay.
he came from. Originally, I played on a server on the U.S. side of things before I transferred to the EU, and I role played as this human warlock named like Nixios, and eventually that became Nixxiom, like the Night Elf rogue, and then in Wrath of the Lich King it became Nixxiom, and I've always, I grew up, when I was an edgy little teenager.
Of course.
I watched, a lot of Oxhorn and Illegal Danish and all that stuff, and naturally I wanted to try it, and so I started getting into Machinima, and my first ever serious Machinima was called Revenge.
Ooh, okay.
And I think that's where the name Nixxiom really started to stick. I'm gonna try to look into the webcam, so I'm looking right at you guys. I'm like, where should I put my eyes? Should I put it on me over here, or me over here, or Bay right there, or
Don't
or
let
the
him intimidate
chat?
you. Give him the stare down.
Give him the stare
Give him
down.
the
Yeah.
stare down.
Give him the blue steel. Ready? Go.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. Oh my
That's
goodness.
enough.
So when was the first? When did you make Revenge? Then, like, give us a date. Let's date yourself real quick.
Oh man, I'd have to. I don't even remember. It was during Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay.
So it's been a couple of years. I've been doing Machinima for a long time, but understand that, back in those days, I didn't know how to like title a video or tag a video. I would like make a video, and the tags would be funny, World of Warcraft,
Nice.
yes, bam, 1 million views. Yeah, right, more like 12. And then eventually I learned how to title and tag, and suddenly people started finding my stuff, unfortunately. And I've corrupted 100,000 people now. So it's great.
Only 100,000. I mean,
Only 100,000.
That's who have clicked the red button. There might be even more than that you don't know of yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the scary part.
But that's how I got started. I mean,
So that's like 6 years?
6? Well,
7?
technically I've been making Machinima since Halo 2.
Oh. It goes even farther back down the rabbit hole. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I have those old models with just the bobbin head with the pistol, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can just drop the weapon. Yes.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I love it, man. Red versus blue. It's a classic.
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah, what I would do, quick story. Obviously there's so much to say. But I'm trying to keep it short.
No, you're fine.
What I would do is I had this old, like, 1990s video camera. And I'm talking like one of those cameras where you could put a VHS tape in it. So that thing was big.
Yes.
And I stacked it on a bunch of books, and I pointed it at my TV. And I would, like, just get it just right. And then I would do exactly what Moocluck was demonstrating with the characters. And I'd talk over it, like, yes, we must fight the aliens. And it was fantastic, man. 5 stars, 10 million views on YouTube, even though it didn't exist back then. But, you get the idea. 10 million views. And I have no clue what happened to those tapes. They're up in the attic somewhere.
Oh, man. You need to, like, have one of those. A couple of YouTubers that I know do that, where they, like, pull up, like, their old projects and get them digitized and put them online. It's like this is where I really came from, everyone. This is my grassroots. We need to get those.
This is where it all began.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Moocluck, what about you, sir?
It's your turn.
Oh,
It's your turn.
where I started. Nixxiom already mentioned Oxhorn. Like, every time we go on the show and we talk about Machinima, we always bring up Oxhorn, right? Like, the guy was just so amazing. And the very first video I made was like just a little side project in university, and it was so bad. Like, the video is the cringiest video you will ever see. It was like kind of between live action and Machinima stuff, like filmed in game, and me making jokes over it, and it was as bad as it sounds. And it is buried deep on a hard drive somewhere, locked underground.
Oh,
and
no.
I will never release it somewhere. It's like a dark, evil tome that's locked away in a tomb somewhere. It will never see the light.
The
But yeah,
Moocluck
that's how I got
crypt.
started. Yeah.
So where'd the name come from then? How'd that come into be? And why is it 2 different animals?
Yeah, why not
Whoa.
3?
Why not 3? Why
Why
not
Moocluck
go
Park. Yeah.
The actual name, it's not as interesting as you think, but
Oh.
I can lie and say I tried to breed a horse, a cow, and a chicken together, and that's how it happened. But the real way was I was a really uncreative teen playing RuneScape, and on the sidebar for RuneScape there was a picture of a cow and a chicken, and I just went Moocluck. And I just kept the name ever since because no one would be stupid enough to use such a name.
Well, I mean, there is. You could probably, in a way, you could almost thank your younger self because branding, as we have grown to know now, is super important.
Mm.
And I don't think you can Google search and find like 15 Mooclucks, right?
There's a restaurant in Arizona called Moocluck.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They joked about it.
Maybe I should get in contact with them, see if I can get a
A
sponsorship.
sponsorship, or at least go eat there and take some selfies.
I'll
Yeah,
jet out
so-
to the USA and go eat there, yeah.
That's the.
You should just
yes.
sue them for copyright.
That's
Like,
true
you took my
too.
name. Do you know who I am? I'm a YouTuber.
I feel like that
Like,
would bounce back at me somehow.
Nah.
Mm,
That
nah,
doesn't make any
you're fine.
sense.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is funny. So your first character then, Nixxiom, you started working with him in your Wrath stuff. So then, Moocluck, how did you when did you don the red robes?
I can't remember. Was it Summon? The first video I made where it was just like Moocluck in it, I think, where it's just like, it's just a warlock getting frustrated with the amount of people begging for a summon. I thought, oh, that's funny. I'll make a video of that. I live that every day when I play WoW and I get into a pug group. Like, I'm the one who has to fly to the instance because everyone else is just sitting around.
Right.
And then you get the whole press 1 to summon warlock, summon me, please, 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 please. And I think that was the first video. But from there, I think I took Moocluck in a different direction. Like, I made him more kind of horrible. Like,
Because you met me.
yeah.
So
It
yeah,
is.
that was like the next caveat question is who is the bad influence on the other? Like, did Moocluck influence Nixxiom or did Nixxiom influence Moocluck? Or are they like just mutually like in this weird spaghetti of back and forth over the years? Because I'm sure they didn't start out like this.
I think that requires, Moocluck and Nixxiom both have a personality. Like, they both have a character to them.
Right.
And it's very, cartoony, very humorous, but, they do have likes and dislikes, and they do react to things in certain ways. And so we kind of spent a little bit of time when we first met each other developing these characters, and who are they? So, like, Nixxiom is, like, Moocluck can tell you more about Moocluck, of course, I hope. But,
Yeah, sure.
Nixxiom is a huge egotist. Like, he's so obsessed with himself. Like, he's like, oh, I'm the best at everything, and I can't do anything wrong. And he's an idiot. Like, he's a moron. And he's also he's supposed to be like a heroic character.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I have videos where he just jumps in and starts trying to fight Deathwing, and he's not afraid of anything. But anything out of the ordinary will scare Nixxiom, like scare the tar out of him. Like, in Training Dummies are scary. It's like, ugh, like, oh, what is that? Like, it'll scare the tar out of him. But if it's, oh man, 200 story dragon, no problem. Nixxiom will take it on. A Training Dummy starts talking, it's over, man. It's game over.
So that
Your
makes
fans, perhaps, as well.
The what? Oh yeah,
Your
fans. Yeah,
fans.
Nixxiom is terrified of the fans because the fans are so scary.
Oh, okay.
They ask him questions, and yeah, so he's heroic. He's a huge egotist, and he's not very good at thinking things out. Yeah,
A little impulsive, I would imagine. A little bit.
Very impulsive. Yeah, likes to punch people and slap people.
Yes.
Yep.
What
Likes
about
to get his way.
Oh, what about you, Moocluck? How does you characterize your character?
I think Moocluck's almost like the flip side of that. He's not heroic at all. He's definitely a coward. He runs off at the slightest hint of danger. He's very skeptical, very cynical as well. Whereas I think when Nixxiom throws himself into the fray, Moocluck's more of a kind of stand back and let others do the work kind of person. Probably not as egotistical, but maybe more pessimistic, and definitely like he doesn't care what people think, or he just wants to live his own little rotten life somewhere and make a load of money and not talk to people.
That's
a
fair.
real horrible little goblin in human form.
A goblin in
Yeah.
human form. That needs to be like a bumper sticker or something. That's pretty great.
Time is money.
Money.
So
Yeah.
I guess then you've both sort of been working in this realm different periods of time. So when did your paths cross, and how long have you been working together?
I can
You want to
start.
answer that? Or you want...
I'll
Okay.
start off because
Yeah,
I know
sure,
you can
go
get
for
the
it.
second half. Well, I think I saw a few videos of yours, Nixxiom. Like,
Oh.
I think it was the first one I contacted you or left a little comment on Warcraft movies was your patch 4.3 in a nutshell. No, 5.3 because it was
Yeah, yeah,
Pandaria.
yeah.
That was it. The one with the two blood elves going out a little pet battle instead of fighting Garrosh. Yeah. I love that video, and I just left a comment like, "Hey, I thought your video was really funny." And then, to my surprise, Nixxiom sent me like a private message on YouTube. It was like, "Hey, you want to make a video together?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
you
sure,
you both
okay."
sounded like that. Okay.
Yeah.
We were younger.
He's,
Mr. Pandaria wasn't too long ago.
yeah. He's pulling your leg. We actually met on OkCupid.
Oh!
Oh, that was it.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't want to pry all
was-
the way, but okay, there we go.
I mean, I was looking for a potential male to reproduce with, and Moocluck, his fellow Machinimator, fit the bill.
That's the only
Perfect.
thing you were looking for, right? That's the only criteria you had.
Yeah, I didn't want no long-term thing.
Nah, that's fair.
So Moocluck understood, and just been together ever since.
That's
Sounds
awesome.
Yeah, but yeah. So the patch 5.3 video, after Moocluck left his comment, I remember I went to his channel because that's when you had like your avatar Moocluck at the time was Moocluck, and he was like falling into like a purple void.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, like this guy actually did something with a model viewer character, It wasn't like just a picture taken off Google like most people. So I don't know, for some reason I clicked it because I was attracted to the little avatar, I guess. So I was like, oh, it looks nice. And I clicked it and I found out he did Machinima, and I watched Summon, which I really liked. I thought it was funny. It was a nice little quip on Warlocks, and that's what inspired me to send in the message. And our first video together was Day of the Cataclysm. And I remember like reading over the script, and I was like, yeah, so you're going to play this Stormwind Guard, and you're going to go like, oh, Pickles, oh, Thunder Fury, like first the Scourge, and now this, because Deathwing is attacking Stormwind in the video. And
Right.
So Moocluck sent me this. I had no idea what the VA would be like, but Moocluck sent me his VA, and he was like, "Oh, Pickles! Oh, sweet Thunder Fury!" And it was so funny. I was like, "This guy."
This
And so
guy.
that's how it all started. Yeah.
Oh, Pickles! Oh, sweet Thunder Fury! Yeah, no,
Yep. That's it.
that's the one.
It was great.
That's pretty fun. So that was you made the Cataclysm video during Miss Pandaria then? So it was like a
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Just not to be confused. I didn't know if it was actually because okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
So it's actually not as long as I thought. So it's only about a couple of years now then, and you guys have made a lot of videos, I would say, together in that, I guess, short period of time. So I guess what sort of, now that you've made all those, and you know your I guess what you have like a roadmap. Like what are your goals you had for this when you started out, and now have they changed at all? Like how is that realm of YouTube and life changed for you and molded and warped and?
Well, originally when I started doing Machinima, it was just kind of, like a little thing to explore. And, like, why not? Like, why not try to attempt making a Machinima myself after watching, like, Oxhorn and all them? And that was cool. And I never really thought much of it. I mean, I never thought I would get big or anything. But, yeah, I guess after I met Moocluck, this is definitely kind of, I got to give it some thought kind of question.
Sure.
After I met Moocluck, it became like it wasn't a hobby anymore. It wasn't something where I would do like one shot every night. It was something I was actually starting to get really passionate about. And as the numbers grew and as the subscribers grew, I eventually, well. Let's put it this way. I met my girlfriend, and I'll try to keep things simple here without going into all the details. But pretty much, me and my girlfriend have a very long distance relationship, and when we got together, me and her just like really clicked. Like I was like, wow, this girl's amazing. And I really wanted to see her, but at the time I was broke. I was a dirty peasant. um, I was a dirty peasant. I worked a job at Target for minimum wage. I had no interest in going back to school, and my life was terrible. And I met her, and I met Moocluck, and these two people just turned it around. I mean, I went back to college, became an honor roll student. I got a new job at a grocery store temporarily. Got paid more, worked more hours, and started to make some money. And during all of this, I was doing YouTube. And as like, the subscribers grew and the views grew, and I had all this support from all these really amazing people, some people in the chat right now may have been watching my videos from those days. Like all this support, I was like, maybe, like, what if YouTube is the means that I could, make the money and the income to actually make our relationship into a real thing, like bring us together. And that really motivated me. And so, it was the fans and my girlfriend and my friends, and I really didn't have a goal other than to go and see my girlfriend. And I did get to go see her. She's actually going to be here in October. She's going to be in America, and we're planning on living together in the next couple of months. So because of all like the likes and the shares and all that stuff, like that made our relationship work. So I'm very humbled by the community that follows me in Moocluck. So kind of sappy, but that's the truthful answer.
No, that's I never had a goal amazing.
I never had a goal of like getting huge and like making tons of money and like being famous. And I never had this goal of like being in my like childhood hero's shoes. Like, like Oxhorn, like, becoming like, oh, Oxhorn, like, someone that people watch and are entertained. But as I slowly became that, I mean, whatever. I mean, for me, it was just all about my girlfriend, really. And
no, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So that's my story. All right. Moocluck, I'm sure he has a better story.
Oh yeah.
Or a less cheesy story.
Yeah, well, mine won't be as heartwarming, but I used to watch Oxon, like I said, and I just wanted to make something funny on the internet, really. Like mine's definitely a lot simpler story. But what's kept me motivated all this time is like, obviously you receive a lot of nice comments on YouTube, like people like, haha, you're so funny, and I sit there and I'm like, okay. But the comments that like keep me going, the best ones are like when you receive a thank you, because I think a thank you is always like the best kind of compliment. When you receive like a comment that says, oh, thank you for making this video, it gave me some laughs and it got me through the day. I've been like having a tough time at school and I really appreciate what you do. I've even received ones from like soldiers abroad, like fighting in the desert somewhere, and they're like, oh, your videos just make me laugh and they really lighten up my day. And like those are the best comments, and you just feel so good that you've like, I don't know, like brightened up someone's day. And I never thought I'd feel like that making a silly YouTube video, right? Like one of my first ones was an orc singing hey good looking, what you got cooking, right? Like I didn't think I was going anywhere with that, right? And then 50K subs later and I'm receiving comments like that, and it's amazing. Yeah,
I think there is from all of our standpoints, because I got a very real take on this at BlizzCon last year, which was that it's people that recognize you from the show and what you do, and they come up to you and they literally don't say anything else. They just want to like shake your hand and thank you for the stuff that you do. And the biggest mixed thing was I actually got a lot of people that only listen to the audio only version of the show, and I didn't realize, like, I put up stuff on iTunes and Stitcher because people asked for it. Like, I didn't know how many, but no, it's incredibly touching that the connections we can make with people with the stuff that we've put out and put together. And you both have much more seniority on this than I do, so you have this larger scope I can only imagine. And no, it's rather incredible, I think, and that's like the best thing we can get as a content producer. Really, is that that reaction, that gratification, that like thanks. Yeah. No, it's pretty wonderful. I mean, that down the road now, that's kind of like the only reason why like that's like the main reason why that this is being done, right? It's for not for us. Like I don't sit around and listen to myself talk around for 2 hours because, but no, that's pretty awesome. You both have a great take on that. I mean, that's really good. I mean, because some people you never know like what they just went viral and all of a sudden like they're there, right?
Yeah,
it's a different take on how that all works. So now, what do you tell your friends and family that you do, Moocluck?
Me?
Yeah.
My family have always been very supportive. Like, I mean, no matter what I've done, they've always just been like, yeah, swell. So like, when it comes to YouTube and Machinima, they don't understand a thing, right? Like, I'll say to them like, oh yeah, I take video game models and I put them against a green screen and then I put them in a video and I've lost them already. Like that quickly. Like they have no idea, right? Like they can't even keep up with that. The best one is explaining it to an old person, like explain it to like your grandmother or something, and it's like, so I take game models and that's even quicker. It's gone then, like straight away. But go on. Go on.
No, I was just gonna you lose him.
You interrupted me. Go on.
Yeah, what?
I was just gonna say, oh, you just lose him at so.
All right.
Maybe.
So hold on, stop. You're going too fast.
Slow down.
Slow down.
But yeah. Besides that, no, they've of course like checked out my videos and they think they're cool, even though they don't understand half the jokes in them. They're like, "Is this a game joke? Is this something to do with the game? Who are these characters?" And it's like, "That's Arthas Menethil, mother. Aren't you cool? Don't you know who Arthas is?" And
Don't you know who Arthas is? Jeez.
Goodness.
There, that's the voice you use right there. That's the
Goodness, mother. But no, they're great. They've been supportive all the way. And as for friends don't give a crap. They're just like, whatever. I don't care. You make videos, whatever.
But they do the flip side, like, that's cool. Can I be in one?
Yeah, exactly. just cool. Just cool, full stop. Cool.
It's very true. You can impress your parents, you can never impress your friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you just don't, it doesn't even... What about you, Nixxiom? What do you tell your friends, family, now that you've come this way?
All right. So funny thing, just in regards to telling people about WoW Machinima, I've actually given a speech at my college about WoW Machinima and being a YouTuber. Oh. Yes, I did. I was in public speaking, and one of the speeches we were supposed to do is we were like, oh, do a speech on like what you do for like a living. And at the time, I wasn't doing YouTube for a living. I was just like a month or two before I eventually left that job at Harris Teeter, the food store, and I got to do YouTube full time. But I did give a speech, and I got to explain what WoW Machinima was and what I did and where I came from and yada yada yada. So going into like my family background, whereas Moocluck's parents, as you said, are very supportive, mine aren't. They never really have been, like my entire life, and my dad for the longest time, never believed I actually had a job. Like when I left this job at Harris Teeter, like my dad freaked out, and he was like, "What do you mean you left your job?" And I was like, "Well, I'm working from home now, Dad." And he was like, "But that's not a real job. Like you don't make money doing that." And I was like, "Oh, well, I make an okay amount of money. I mean, I can get by." And my dad just freaked out because he just doesn't understand. He does. He's very old fashioned. My dad is the kind of guy, and I deeply respect him and I deeply love him. He's a very like blood and sweat kind of guy. If you are not out in the sun sweating, my dad will not consider what you're doing work.
Fair enough.
He's one of those type of guys. He's a construction worker. He's a supervisor for Habitat for Humanity. So, and he goes all around the world. Like, I mean, just recently he got back from Cuba, like building houses for poor people. And so I deeply respect my father. Even though me and him are like two completely different people. I'm more of a techie and he's a worky. I mean, outsidey.
A worky? Nice.
A worky and outsidey. I don't know the term for it, but yeah. But my mother, on the other hand, she never was really like all that interested. But I think as time went on, I got to slowly explain to her like what I do, and she's even seen some of my videos, and she she was watching my how to mage video the other day. It was the first video she actually ever saw of
Nice.
mine. And she was watching, and Big Maddie drops the F-bomb a little bit into that video, and my mom was like, like, they let you say that on the internet? And I'm like, yeah. Like, and then it was like, oh, you might want to pause it, because there's this like little dwarf Death Knight, and he kind of says a few curse words too, so you might want to pause it.
Only a few though, right?
Just only a
58
few.
Death Knight, just a little bit.
It's
just a few. So I had her pause it and turn it off.
It's a different, like, to go off that. It's hard. I come from a family of doctors. Mom's a nurse. Father was an orthopedic surgeon in the Air Force, mind you. So it's different now as the generations like change and how the internet evolution is happening and this new way to entertain people and this new outlet, that I wonder we're in this really big transitional period. Like 20, 30 years from now, like if you're not like Instagramming selfies and vining at like, well, whatever it's called by then, not like by the age of like 7, who is this kid? You know?
Yeah.
So right now it's a weird transitional period. I understand completely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten to kind of explain. They get it. My mom's like, "Oh, you make videos," and she tells her friends like, "Oh, you know, Thomas makes videos on the internet." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I do." And yeah, I talk to my neighbors about it sometimes too.
I think my parents just go like, "He does video editing," and they just leave it there because they can't say the rest. It's just like video editing, whatever.
That could be a way you can, because that transcends a bit. Because like the job I do is I shoot photos or video and I edit stuff together for doctors, and I can say that. But then I go like, I'm also a host of an internet live TV show, and I make YouTube videos and I live stream 4 nights a week. And there's like, pardon? What is that? So it took a while. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now too. So there was a bit of a what is it kind of thing. So. But like you tell your younger brother who's been playing video games since he was 4 years old, who's like, "It's not all you do, really?" Okay, so
yeah.
But listen, my son makes funny videos on the internet. Okay, don't you judge him.
Yeah,
that would be
that game, World of Wardycraft.
World of Wardycraft.
World of Wardycraft.
So, how about any interesting like RP stories or drama or just crazy things that have come along, like stick out in your mind over the course of the last couple of years that you want to share with the audience, Nixxiom?
Well, I'm the role player here, not Moocluck. So I guess this is kind of more of a me question. Unless, well, actually, Moocluck did role play once.
One time.
Just one time?
Just one time. Yep, it was great. He can
my
tell you
starring
about that.
role. My starring role.
That can be his answer. But for me, in terms of funny roleplay stories, I don't have too many, because when I roleplayed, I was a very, very serious roleplayer for a long time. Like, no messing around. Don't you misspell a word, or like hell hath no fury, you know?
Right.
Roleplayers can be pretty crazy in terms of how elitist they get about their roleplay. But I've definitely met, a lot of people through roleplay that ended up being like very strange or very rude people. And there's definitely some drama stories. There's some people on my server that hate me.
Wow.
Like, they hate me. They have no reason to hate me. I've done nothing, but man, they hate me. And they
all
make
because of a made-up story, right?
Because of a made-up story, yeah.
Because like
in the RP realm, right? Like if it's in that story, they hate you, or like they hate you because of what you do or something like that. That's a little bit.
They hate me for like roleplay related stuff, and the fact that like like I'm this big YouTuber now, like that just adds more like salt in the wound.
Aww.
I guess. But I mean, I really don't care. I mean, if someone hates me, whatever. But there's definitely some drama there, and I have this whole folder on my other computer of it's especially this one particular guy that just constantly is like talking bad about me. Have a whole folder on my computer of all the stuff this guy has said about me, like in trade chat, like in everything, like he's called me everything. I won't even like really say it here because it gets pretty graphic. All the crap he said about me.
Don't do that on the show. Yeah.
I mean, he says some pretty crazy stuff. I've never reported him though, because I've never reported the guy because I just don't care.
It's very interesting. It's weird. I mean, for all like the pros that come out of this, obviously there has to be some cons. But as the internet saying goes, you're not doing it right unless someone's hating on you.
Exactly.
You need the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You need those.
What?
The peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Peanut butter and jam sandwiches.
Oh, damn it! Jam sandwiches. What about you, Moocluck? Anything to share in this sort of realm?
I can share my one RP story.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
You love it, don't you?
Great.
Nixxiom was
Tell us.
forcing me to roleplay. He was like, "You gotta try roleplay." I was like, "I won't like it." And then is it on Argent Dawn EU, that lovely place?
Oh boy, here we
Lovely,
go.
strange place. It doesn't go anywhere near Goldshire. I'll drop that now. I'm gonna disappoint you. But we were just in Darnassus, right? And you just like RP with me. And I was like, "What do I do?" And you were like, "Anything." And just like walked past you and your girlfriend, and you were like, "Stop right there, Val Worgen." And I was like, "Hello?" And you were like, "Where? Do you know the way to?" I don't know what you asked. Something company. And I just went,
Something.
"No, I'm afraid not." And he was like, "Oh, no problem, Val Worgen." I was like, "All right, see ya." And that was it. That was my roleplay experience.
I had never done it myself.
Gotta turn that into a machinima, man. That's a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
Oh, that's
waiting to be
epic.
made.
Oh, goodness me. I'm sure in that, before I move us along, I guess that was probably a good segue. Like, how many ideas do you come up with? Like, do you have, like, a crazy backlog of, like, I want to make a video about this, we could do a video about that? Like, you just said right there, you could make a video about Moocluck's first RP experience, right? Like, what's, like, the rap sheet that you have for making videos and telling stories?
I have a big sheet.
Mm.
You want to answer first, Moocluck?
No, go ahead. Go on.
Okay.
I'll answer
All
after you. Treat yourself.
All right.
Treat yourself. Go for
All
it.
right. I mean, my answer's pretty short, but it's just I do have I have a notepad document with just a big list of like potentials. I call it my potentials document,
Mhm.
and it's just like I can actually open it and like read a couple spoilers.
Oh, ooh.
You know, for those that like, oh, this could happen. This could happen. Like, let's see.
Live teases. You heard it
live
here first,
teases.
folks. Right here, live. This is not part of the notes.
I have everything from 10 kinds of role players to the story of Nixxiom to the Mr. Flowers Hell Machinima to where's that one? The Life of a Follower in a Garrison. I really want to do that one, The Life of a Follower. Because they get to go out and have so much fun and you don't. So
man, that'll make so many people so mad.
yes, exactly. Like this follower goes out, he comes back, he's got like this, these cool shades on, he's got all this gold, and he walks in and like Nixxiom's there like just like all lonely and starving in this garrison, and
all you need to do
is great, man.
All you need to have is a follower party go out to Farallon and then you're done. But that's it right there.
Farallon, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's tons. I probably got like 50 video ideas written down.
What about you, Moocluck?
So, yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I have a whole list of potentials written down as well. What I kind of like to do is think of a story that's been maybe done before, but put like an interesting twist on it. Like there's actually a script I want to go over with you, Nixxiom, after I'm done with these guide videos. Is like the traditional like princess locked in a tower kind of machinima, but I want to put. Unfortunately, no. But I want to put like the strangest twist on it ever. I don't want to say too much because I'm still finalizing the idea. But
sure.
I just want to take that kind of stereotypical story and just turn it completely on its head and just make it so weird.
But it's cool that you guys have a lot of like ideas. You don't have like a chronological order you go through? You just kind of like, I'm going to start working on that one.
I mean, my next video is how to warlock. Spoilers.
Oh.
Because everyone's been yelling at me like, I want to see a how to warlock video. I'm like, okay, I'll do the how to warlock. And me and Moocluck have been discussing some ideas. Ants.
That's
Gonna
gonna,
be some ants in it.
Mhm.
it's gonna hit pretty close to home there, Moocluck. Though I mean, he's gonna like.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't you make fun of my class? Okay.
Oh
Don't
boy.
you
Don't worry.
dare.
I won't. I won't.
You
Just,
will.
just,
Well,
just for 7 minutes at least, though.
Just yeah. It's just 7 minutes of torture. Don't worry.
So then I guess what's a day in the life of a machinimator on YouTube then? And I'll start with you, Nixxiom. What kind of schedule do you do? Like what sort of like I guess benchmarks or aspirations do you have for these videos? I guess if How to Warlock is next, like walk us through how does the start and finishing product, how does it all work for you?
Okay, so every video pretty much happens in this exact same format. Every single one. Even like my top tens and stuff and discussion videos. It all starts with a super rough idea. So I'll use what's it called? The South Seas video as an example that I recently made. So okay, Nixxiom Moocluck on some boats and they shoot some cannons at each other. Actually, originally it was Moocluck's idea. He was going to do a video like that. Different, but it was going to be different, but you didn't want to do it, so
Yeah,
I
I
stole
just
it.
make the yeah. I just made the garrison video, and then it was going to be a joke about the shipyards, but I felt like I didn't want to sort of hang around with the Draenor stuff for too much longer, so I just was like, yeah, go ahead, take it, take the
Yeah,
idea.
so I took it. So the rough idea was Nixxiom and Moocluck on a boat and they shoot cannons at each other. That was it. So me and Moocluck then get into a call after this rough idea is created. It takes hundreds of hours.
Sure,
And of course, and me and Moocluck get a call and it's like, oh, what if Nixxiom's crew, like all of them are dead because Nixxiom keeps making them all walk the plank? And Moocluck's like, that's funny. And he's like, what if like Nixxiom and Moocluck put Dan and Gearfizzle like in the cannons and shoot them? And then I'm like, that's funny. All right, let's do that. And so that's, and then I write the script and I send it to Moocluck and he does his VA and I do my VA and then I go into the editing phase. And every one of my videos, I mean, I got the papers somewhere. I don't know where they are right now because I kind of cleaned up everything in here the other day. But all my videos are storyboarded, like every single one, every shot storyboarded. And then I just kind of slowly go through, maybe doing 20 shots a night. It usually takes about 6.5 or 7 hours every night. And no days off. I take no days off either. No. No days off. No evenings off. No. I like what I do. And so I do that 5 days, 4, 5, 6 days, and then eventually I finish, and then spend a day doing all the audio, and it's time to upload. And then we do it all over again. And it's fun. It's fun. I love it.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had a similar situation with you as people like from the regulars that are familiar with the show with On My Own and now with like the War Crimes Project. It's a totally different like realm of procedure. So that's the one thing you brought up to me in like the pre-show. We were working on this yesterday. Is that people always wonder like, how do you get a machinima out every week? So it's because you are working on it every day of said week. So
it's working on it every day and also being very like disciplined and having a good plan, like being very organized with the project, like going from script to video to audio editing to release.
Right.
Lots of planning and like I said, storyboards help.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if I ever do like a behind the scenes video, I'll show you guys like how I do the storyboarding and how I can do these videos so quick. But that's actually in my potentials list. Spoiler,
Oh, geez, so many of these things. Nice.
Oh my goodness, like, God, your channel's ruined now. I know everything.
I never gonna watch it again. No.
Yeah, now I know what's gonna happen.
No
But
more
so that's my
surprises.
No more surprises. So I guess on the flip side right now, though, how is your process a little different, Moocluck? And right now, though, you can sort of plug what you're working on currently, and then, yeah, how does that all work out for you on your side of things?
Yeah, sure. Well, my way is a little bit similar to Nixxiom's. I think I cut out like storyboards on videos that are really simple. Like I usually don't bother with them then, but like on the longer projects, then yeah, I use little stick men because I can't draw. But at the moment, if anyone's wondering where the hell are all the videos on my channel, it's because I'm doing guides for Method at the moment. I'm editing their Mythic Hellfire Citadel guides. Coming to the end now. I'm hoping to get the Zolharak, I think that's his name, the weird shadow creature.
Yep.
Get him finished tonight, and then get old Manny and Archie done during the week, and then I can get back to making Machinima and make a story about someone trapped in a tower, and Nixxiom Moocluck do whatever to, I don't know, probably not
Wow.
save her.
Can Nobble be trapped in the tower?
Nobble? Oh my goodness. He's everyone's little princess.
That's what I'm saying. See?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty awesome though that you've been doing the method stuff now for a while. Because I don't know, I haven't like watched them because they're more like step-by-step like guides. So I'm assuming you get all the footage from them and then all the VO and you have to just like cut it all together like part by part. Do you get like a script?
No script. Well, they make a big page of notes.
Oh
and they
my.
go, ability 1, and then how to handle that ability, and then ability 2, how to handle it, and debuffs, and yada 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 yada.
Right.
And my job was basically just get on their TeamSpeak, record them, make sure their audio levels are fine, and just tell them to redo a take if it messes up, and then put it all together. And I can tell you now that the Archimon guide, our recording session lasted about 3.5 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And I have to trim that all down. So that's gonna be fun. But working with the guys, like they're like really nice. Like the main guys I've been working with have been Roger Brown and Just Wait, the monk and the hunter. And they're great. Like they're great fun to chat to. And Rack, the manager, he's been really helpful as well. Like going back and forth with him, he's been like sending me any extra footage that I need or passwords, and just letting me have access to their YouTube channel and all their file shares and everything. And it's been a nice like change of pace from making Machinima, but I really do want to get back to what I'm kind of good at.
Right.
Just make some funny videos.
As like editor to editor, I'm sure it's like, this is neat, I'm learning a lot of stuff, but I can't wait to get back to like my bread and butter, or like get back to what you've been working on all this time. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I actually can't wait to get back to making Machinima. It's been quite a long time since anything's been up on my channel, so a lot of people are thirsty, and I don't want to disappoint them any longer, really.
Right. Well, you did put together, as I said before, you put together this part 2 of the 2-part Machinima for the intro of the show. So that was a little bit, you could like put your feet a little bit back in, and then you're like, oh, I'll go back to these method videos first. So I'm sure that may have like just teased yourself, like, I can't wait to animate again. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a little tease for you.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that, everyone.
So then what programs do you guys both dabble in to make all this stuff work? That's always like a technical question. People are always curious about if they ever want to get into this. Like, what programs do you use, Nixxiom?
Funny thing, my dad actually just came to my door and was like, "Hey boy, go get me a pizza. Go pick it up." I'm like, "Dad, I'm doing an interview right now, please." And he was like, "Okay." And walked away.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, Dad. But anyway, programs I use, yes. So me and Moocluck pretty much use the same programs, I think. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, definitely. Same ones.
Yeah, Adobe After Effects for making the clips individually. Sony Vegas for putting them together and doing all the audio work. Fraps for recording. Free Farsight when it works.
Right.
For, doing fancy camera angles and stuff in game. WoW Model Viewer, of course, when it works. Sometimes that can be a bit, we have a bit of some issues there. Moocluck can elaborate on that. That can be his part of this answer.
Yeah, sure.
And then what else do we use? We use Audacity for recording. It's a free audio program. You can download it right now and just start recording your voice.
Audacity is wonderful. I remember seeing that advertised by Oxhorn back in the day. Oh, is that the puppy?
That's the puppy. He's at the door.
It's coming.
It's like, let me in. We'll come in and play. No puppy.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Daddy's busy. Yeah.
I'm hanging out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't have any friends.
So anything else on that answer? Or, Moocluck, what's the side that Nixxiom was leading you into?
I think you were going to mention about WoW Model Viewer and Free Farsight and how, as Machinimators, we usually have to wait for the update from them. Because WoW itself doesn't have a camera tool. It has a selfie camera, but you can't really do anything with that. You can turn off the UI in game with Alt Z, but then of course you're limited to your character's height, pretty much. So if you angle the camera, it's just like tilting your character's head around. So it's very limiting. Free Farsight is an amazing tool. It's a third-party program. It was originally the WoW Machinima tool.
Yep.
And it changed hands. It became Free Farsight, and now a few different people are working on it. And it's so good. It basically detaches the camera from your character, and you can fly around and get whatever angle you want. You can change the field of vision. You can change the skybox, fog density, whatever. And it's such an amazing tool, and it's so helpful for making Machinima. In particular, you may see in like mine and Nixxiom's videos, sometimes there's like a sweeping shot where it will like pan round like a piece of scenery, and that's made using Free Farsight. The problem with Free Farsight and WoW Model Viewer is that every time there is a patch, even in regards to Free Farsight, a minor one, every time there's a little tiny one, it breaks the tool, and we have to wait for the team to get it updated. And it's like, it's such a shame there isn't a tool like that made by Blizzard, because that would just make things so much easier. Instead of waiting around for these very dedicated people over at wowmodelviewer.org and Free Farsight to update every time. Yeah.
And it was just brought up in chat just to get this into the actual show itself. Nobble asked if it was legal, if Free Farsight is legal. Doran's Movies actually said that it's against the TOS, but no one's been banned. And he talked to Jim a while ago and it said it's okay. Have you guys ever had issues with it before? I used it back in the day for live events, and I had no issues really. I don't think so.
There's no issues. I believe it is against the terms of service because it's altering like the code slightly. I've seen a few like forum posts saying that some people had got banned for using it because Blizzard's like system detected that it was like they were botting. But apparently a quick ticket to a GM cleared everything up straight away. So I can't guarantee your safety if you want to use it, but as far as I'm aware, Blizzard aren't too bothered. And I think they understand. I mean, they've promoted a few videos that use it, so they must be aware of it, right?
Well, that's like the next question that leads into is that there's no Machinima tool. There's no tools for content creators and for the likes of you guys and others to make things like this within the game's engine, or at least a way that you can make shots work in game and then export them out. Like, there's no support for that. And do you think that's like, it's in 10 years now this game's been alive. Other games that came out have this built into them. Should this be something that Blizzard should look at? Is something they may or they may never? Like, what do you...
What are you talking about, Bait? We have the selfie cam. No, but yeah, definitely. I would very much like if Blizzard implemented something into their game that would make it easier just to create videos, and not even Machinima. But I mean, like, you always see like guilds, like Method and Paragon when they do the intro to usually like their world first, and they have like the sweeping shot of like someone fighting, or like that's great. Why can't that tool be in game? Why can't they like set up a few key points with the camera tool, and then they can film while they're actually fighting? That would be amazing. Like a spectator camera in game. I mean, that would be wonderful if Blizzard, of course, want to push their competitive esports front as well. Like, just make it easier for people to be creative, and yeah, I think a lot of people would love that.
It's a weird point we're at, because I think that trying to do anything above and beyond the traditional standpoint, which even though you guys do, still takes hours and hours and hours, and then like the next level up with I want to actually have like 3D control over the models is a nightmare, especially the new cask system. It's a very different monster. And I don't know why it's not something that they haven't like thought of, because it can only help Blizzard. They're very hands-off with their IP. Like, they're not gonna come after you for using their stuff. There's that one like tweet that I'm sure like all of us have saved that says like, if you use blah 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 of our product, you are, void from YouTube, blamming you or whatever. You can't get your stuff taken down or copyright striked. But it can only help them help the community propagate more of showing off their game. and I just don't know why it hasn't never been a thing.
Oh, definitely. Source Filmmaker has definitely shown that.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that the main reason why Blizzard wouldn't do something like that is because they think, no one's going to use it. I mean, some people might, but not enough people. But Source Filmmaker has definitely shown that, oh yeah, you get a lot of people playing with those kinds of tools and making lots of videos and really advertising the game and creating like a whole new level of the community.
Yep.
So that's my input, at least. It's my quick answer.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. It's in the, I mean, it's like you read the notes, but Source Filmmaker is great because it's, if those IPs, the people that put out their models like that, don't really care what you use them for, as long as it's not like some weird malicious side of things or whatever, but you're only promoting that property because you're using their tools. I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that might want to make videos that are more artsy-fartsy or more cinematic, or even like just the kill video point of view kind of stuff, or even dabble in Machinima, and the barrier to entry is a little vast. And I'm sure you still learn things to this day when the new updates come out for WoW Model Viewer, or when Free Farsight updated from Machinima Tool. Like, there's a lot of things, and if it was in the game some way, I think it would really, really be beneficial for people just to make more stuff.
Definitely. I think back to the start of Warlords when the new models came in, and you mentioned the new cask file type on WoW models. And I was just sitting there like the whole time, like me and Nixxiom waiting for the new model update. Everyone's messaging us like, when are you going to start using the new models? Where are the new models? You know, because we were making videos using an old Pandaria build.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine the WoW Model Viewer team sitting there pulling their hair out like, oh, Jesus, we got to get this updated. Oh, my God. You know, like everyone's shouting at them, where's the new models? We want WoW Model Viewer updated. And, you know, it would have just been great for Blizzard to, you know, show like a little bit of support and put out maybe like a little program, a little model viewer of their own to help with the community making videos and such.
No, yeah. I totally agree.
Definitely.
Yep.
I have no input there. Who said it?
Who
said it? He did it.
Yeah, right. Before a little bit of a commercial break in the show, one last question that I'll throw to both of you. This came in on the email. Nixxiom, to you first.
Okay.
What do you like most? Pizza or tacos?
I like pizza more. I'd never eat tacos. I eat burritos at Chipotle. Everybody who follows me knows that, man, I rock Chipotle like every other day.
Yeah.
I walk in there, you know, walk in like a velociraptor. It's that guy. I'm like, yeah, give me my double steak burrito. So I eat burritos, but I don't really like tacos very much. I don't like sharp things in my mouth, I guess.
Fair enough.
I guess, but I like pizza. Pizza's great.
There you go.
Pizza. Your turn,
right,
Moocluck.
Moocluck, you, sir.
I'm going to say pizza because I have never eaten tacos. Yeah. Shocking. I know.
You've never had a single taco.
I just woke up from like a coma. What'd you just say?
I'm sure Brutal Stag will watch this and just be in like pure shock.
Just beside himself. Exactly.
Yeah, I've never eaten tacos. I couldn't even comment on them. Maybe they're delicious. I don't know. I'll say pizza for now. Pizza by default.
Pizza by default.
Pizza by default. Mm.
That's fair. Alrighty then. Well, I'll take us to a little bit of a commercial break with chat room real quick to tell you about some things and some communities behind the scenes and give you a little update on something that we've been working on a website for a very long time. Someone that also hasn't really had tacos until, as far as I know, last year, but is having them again soon. But of course, if you want some of the different side of the World of Warcraft game and get a whole bunch of awesome lore videos and great Let's Plays, and he's in the chat right now, so I'm going to embarrass him, you can go over and watch Nobble stuff on his YouTube. He's Nobble87 on YouTube, doing his current Let's Play as he's going through Portal 2 co-op, but he's also playing all of Warcraft 3. He just did the double-part story of Maev's Shadow Song, which was really good. He does his weekly to monthly Q&As, depending on which type of Q&A it is, and they're all right there on his YouTube. He just did a 2-hour and 40-minute live, Jaina is a Dreadlord, quote-unquote, like live lore, which is called the Tides of Lore. You can go check all that stuff out right there. If you don't know about who he is, I'm going to keep scrolling down through all this great craziness. It keeps going. There's a lot. He played through Game of Thrones, and he'll probably play more through when it comes the next chapters. We're still the steamy romance novels. This is amazing, by the way. This is Novels Dabble in Machinima with Kaelis. If you ever want the steamy romance novels read out to you in a steamy fashion, go check that out. But you can go check him out on YouTube. It's Novel87. If you aren't familiar with him, he does lots of the things for World of Warcraft and all that stuffs. So go check him out. Additionally, of course, if you've missed any past episodes for Final Boss TV, everything is located on our YouTube channel or our website. If you have questions for our guests coming up whenever we announce what shows are coming up next, you can either be a guest on the show, you can submit right here if you want to be on the show at some point for a certain episode or a class interview, as well as asking us questions. This question format helps us make up questions for the document, for the show notes. You can go check that out there, of course, and then all of our stuff is on our YouTube page as well. All of my side content, my little bits and pieces that I do, of course, all the past episodes we have done, they're all playlisted as well in giant chunks for the yearly seasons. All the after shows are all up there. We're also on iTunes and Stitcher. And then, of course, I have to plug the Little Final Bosses line that we just did with Fabelina. If you want to help support the show in any way, shape, or form, I'm very big into a you get something back, and not just like, don't just give me your money. But, you know, you can do that by buying a shirt. We have the Method shirts, as Moocluck's been talking about doing the Method, all the videos for them. We have the Method shirts by Cadastra. We also have the 4 little final bosses, which you may have seen. The Sylvanas is the newest one that just went up. We have the Lillidan, Little Dark Lady, Little Arthas, and Syndragosa. And, of course, the Little Fire Lord, all up on our official Design by Humans page, where the link is down below. And thank you all that have supported and purchased the shirts. Send me selfies of the damn shirts on Twitter, all right? I want to see how beautiful they are, because the artwork is way too damn cute. But without that, we're going to talk about, well, one of those shirts is going to be the topic of this next little discussion point here. Do you guys want to talk about Legion?
We can talk about Legion. No,
What's
actually,
Legion?
no. Who wants to talk about Legion?
Yeah, it's just some expansion.
No
of this
one.
game.
Isn't that the new Guild Wars 2 expansion?
I thought it was Hello
it's-
Kitty's expansion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's it. Yeah, Hello
Yeah.
Kitty's going in a dark direction now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Legion of Kitties.
Yeah. So I'll open it up.
right.
This is later on in the notes, but I want to do this one first. So, thoughts on Demon Hunters? And the whole Illidan coming back thing
Oh no.
stuff?
You
Look-
first, Nixxiom, on Demon Hunters.
You want me to go
first.
first?
Get
Uh,
out of
Alright.
the way. Go on.
Go on.
Let's get the salt shakers out.
yeah.
So first of all, Illidan coming back, no problem with it. Illidan's a really cool character, and definitely some fan service. I mean, yeah, definitely some fan service. Nothing wrong with that though, because everybody loves Illidan, that shirtless wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Hunter class. I think the Demon Hunter class looks really, really cool. I love their abilities, love their double jump. I just love how everyone freaked out at the double jump. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, it's cool. So the double jump is pretty cool. But yeah, the class looks awesome. However, I talked about it in my Legion Impressions video, and I personally do not like the fact that Demon Hunters are only getting 2 specs. I do not agree with that at all, and I have some strong opinions about that. You know, it's not like it's going to ruin the class. It's not like, oh, this is terrible, I'm not going to buy this expansion. But
Right.
I am going to miss that 3rd spec because I'm kind of like the MMO player, where I'm all about the RPG aspect. I love customizing the character and having different ways to play them. You know, sometimes I play my Frost Death Knight, sometimes I switch to Unholy, and sometimes I tank his blood. I like that. I like having those choices and these different play styles. So when you start touching that or taking away, I'm not going to agree with it. I didn't like, for example, the talent change in Mists of Pandaria. I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
So that's just me. That's where I come from as a player, and I've been playing since Vanilla WoW. So I've always been like, oh, it's got to be 3. Like, you got to have 3, And but yeah, so yeah. I mean, it's not a game breaking thing, but I don't agree with it, and I think that a 3rd spec would make the class more enjoyable, at least for me. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on
Feel a
that.
little more rounded out, even though apparently from your standpoint, Demon Hunters have always been in the game.
Oh
Wink,
yeah,
wink,
definitely.
nudge, nudge.
People have been saying like, oh yeah, like these demon hunters are coming out in Legion, and to be honest, that's true. But you could actually play as a demon hunter right now if you went to Argent Dawn EU. You just download this add-on called My Roleplay. And it allows you to make like a custom name, so you can call yourself like Edge Lord Nixxiom, for example. You're instantly a demon hunter.
There you
Just,
go.
get a blindfold, get your warglaives, go stand and awkwardly watch people go about their business and be a big creep. Demon
Yep,
hunter. It's great. Oh, you have to be a rogue as well.
that's
Be a
true.
rogue so you can stealth around.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nixxiom did walk through our friend on YouTube about how to do this, so it's up there
I did.
on your channel. Yeah.
I did. How to Demon Hunter. If
Yep.
you're ever curious how you can play a demon hunter right now, watch my video How to Demon Hunter,
Yep.
and I teach you how to do it.
I giggled a little bit. It was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Kecked.
It was ridiculous. I kecked indeed. Moocluck, what do you think?
Okay, brace yourself for disappointment.
Oh,
I'm ready.
I've never been excited for demon hunters. Like, they're just not a class that really resonates with me. Like, I'm just not a fan of them. It's not that they don't look cool. Like, I still probably will play one, of course. Like, like when you pick up Pandaria, you want to play a monk, or a Wrath Lich King, you want to try out the Death Knight, and I'll still try the demon hunters. But I just mean like the whole theme of the class I don't really like. The shirtless giant warglaive running around doing kung fu. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. I'll probably still be playing my warlock come Legion. I just like the dark sorcerer types, and not the wearing a dress and running around with giant swords on my arms.
are you a little bit salty then in some way that they are taking away your metamorphosis as demonology? Because they get it. Even though there's a big thing on like Reddit that they should be called like Dark Apotheosis, and you still should be able to do it as a warlock. But
personally, no. I'm actually more excited for the change that they're bringing to demonology, where they announced that they want it to be more like a summoner class. And to me, that like really, I was like, yes, please. Like, I want to play a necromancer in a game. If I can't do that, warlock's the next best choice, right? And if there's a whole spec around summoning minions to fight for me, then I'll be so happy. So yeah, I am happy for demon hunters to have metamorphosis. As long as I get a horde of demons at my command, then go for it.
yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. I said that before when it first came out. I think I was like, so it's like a necromancer, only like that you summon demons instead of undead things. I was like, all right, that'd be kind of cool if they could make it happen. Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm on the fence. Like, I think it's cool, like the demon hunter thing. I don't know how it's gonna work because, like, from a mythic raider standpoint, I'm gonna be like, all the top guilds are going to use 2 of them to tank because they're going to be wicked OP. Watch them, like, stack 2 or 3 of them as DPS because they'll also be wicked OP. It's going to change the whole, like, echelon of balance. Hopefully it doesn't happen. That's just my pessimism from the experience I've had so far. So I'm going to remain reserved for now, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess... what do you guys think about the whole alternate universe Gul'dan from... warlords coming through to our timeline to set things in motion? Like, it's all connected. Like, Miss Pandaria led to this, which leads to Legion. Like, it's all on purpose. But is it? Do you think it's gonna like lose people? Is it a little bit contrived? Did Blizzard just want to have Gul'dan back in their World of Warcraft because he hasn't been around since Warcraft 3? Obviously.
Go ahead, Moocluck.
Have fun.
Okay, well,
Your turn.
there was a certain tweet that came out a little while ago from Alex, one of the devs, and he said that all demons transcend all realities, and that broke a hole in the lore and how the very universe of Warcraft just works. So basically, what he's saying is Archimons that we fight in Draenor is the same Archimon that we fought at Hyjal, but he can transcend infinite possibilities. So if you think about that, kill Jaden, who is also a similar type of demon, it means that he is infinitely going to different realities and infinitely talking to Ner'zhul and infinitely corrupting the orcs to make into an army. And then you think, wait a second, so there's one Archimond and there's one Kil'jaeden, but there's 2 Velens. And your mind starts to implode at this point, where you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And I think they retracted the tweet, right? Like, did he take it back? Is that what happened? I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure.
I'm not
so.
sure if it was ever redacted completely. Yeah, I don't know. Because the
Yeah.
biggest thing for me is that when I killed Archibald on Heroic, I was like, all right, he fell over and died in Draenor, obviously. So his light goes out and he goes back to the Dark Portal, right? Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. But then on Mythic, you fight him in the Twisting Nether, but then there was no new cinematic. He just poofed back out in Draenor.
I had a sneak peek of that fight because obviously, like, working on Method's video, I had like access to their channel, and I could see that the like end of their video, since I made like the intro for it, and like at the end, he just drops back into like normal reality, and I was like, what? 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 But my point is, like, coming back to Gul'dan, if they retracted that tweet, and now there's like infinite versions of Archimonde, that still doesn't quite make sense. Because how would an alternate Archimonde know to send Gul'dan through a portal which connects to an alternate universe? Wasn't that a Bronze Dragonflight kind of thing? Like, wasn't the Bronze Dragonflight, or one of them, responsible for getting Garrosh to alternate Draenor in the first place? I didn't think demons had that power.
Well, that might be
No,
a big like lore caveat point, because technically the dragons don't have that sort of power anymore.
Yeah.
Because of Deathwing and because of your homeboy Thrall. So.
Oh, excuse me, Green Jesus. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Green Jesus.
Please don't insult my religion.
Woo! I'm sorry there. Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't
Go
know.
on.
No, you can go, Nixxiom. What do you want to expound?
Oh man, Moocluck hit the nail on the head, man.
Yeah.
Anything I could add?
Don't think about it.
What you need to do is you need to stop asking those questions.
Oh, damn it.
You need to stop asking questions, Moocluck. You need to stop asking questions, babe.
Just get into Legion.
just get it. Shut up and play the game. Like, you know, that's what you got to do. So, not Moocluck. He hit the nail on the head. He said everything I would have said. That's why I said take it away.
Just get into Legion and don't think about the alternate universe. Just
Right.
For some reason, there's a very evil orc who just happens to be called Gul'dan,
Correct.
the one in the past. He's his twin brother, also called Gul'dan.
his twin brother.
Don't even think about the alternate realities. It's too much of a mind implosion. Just go with it. Just have fun.
Yeah, this sort of integrates into the next point I had here, is that how they have so many characters coming into Legion, and it's great from like a story standpoint. Like, I'm like, all right, that's awesome, because all the ones we had in Warlords were like, we kind of know their story, even though some of them changed a lot because of the alternate reality kind of thing. But if you just like ignore all that stuff, which is again what you said, there are so many characters coming in Legion. I talked to Novel about this before too, and I was like, oh, there are almost too many. Like, well, one get a little bit of time in the sun, and then the rest don't. Like, how? I'm just worried that it's gonna be like Spider-Man 3 and have too many bad guys. Oh.
Yeah.
So.
I think that personally, like with this, what Blizzard said at the was it Gamescom, that where they announced Legion? I think that's what it was. Yeah, Gamescom. Yeah, they said like, oh, the first, like the pre-Legion patch is going to shock everyone. It's going to shock everyone. I'm personally kind of expecting, or maybe just hoping, that you're going to have all these big lore characters like Tyrion Forgeling and Thrall and like all these people, and they're all going to like, you know, we're going to march on the Tomb of Sargeras or whatever it is we're going to do for this pre-patch, and they're all going to die. And that's how you get the Doomhammer and the Ashbringer. That's the big, like everyone's dead. Like they're wiping like the slate clean of heroes to establish new heroes for the future for obviously Warcraft 4. So yeah, I hope
that's
my hope.
I hope with you. Yes, I do, because I honestly think that they need to do a bit of like Game of Thrones stabby to like.
They started doing it in Warlords.
Yeah, well, those characters sort of like the only one they actually killed from our realm is Marad, right?
Yeah, but they weren't shy about killing Velen and all them. So
yeah,
go on,
dude. What about the villain that we were talking about on the leveling series that we're doing? You know, the most anticipated villain of them all, Mogul Razdunk. When he's
Mr. Razdunk,
the head of the venture company. When is he going to be in the game? I can't wait to see the Mogul Razdunk expansion.
Dude, I just want to see a venture company expansion.
Yeah.
New class, Tinker.
New class.
Tinkerer.
Yeah, that would be
Tinker.
cool.
They build turrets and robots.
So,
and send them out attack.
I guess with all that, what characters do you hope get a story? Like, what do they, either their comeuppance, like they get wiped out of the story so it can move on past them, or do you have any characters that you would love to hopefully get a story for? I'm kind of putting on the spot with this one. What are you hoping for, Nixxiom?
I would really like Sylvanas to do more. I love Sylvanas. I think she's great. She's one of my favorite characters because, Forsaken is the best race in World of Warcraft next to Night Elves, obviously.
Right.
And yeah. And so Sylvanas, I'd love to see her do some more. I really hope that Thrall gets killed. I hope that that's his major story. Like, oh, he does. It's like, hey, Thrall, he's back. He like shows up in this cinematic and like just like a Felguard guy just like drops a hammer on him. It's like, oh, see ya.
Thrall has stolen 2 kills from World of Warcraft players so far. I'm counting them up. He stole a Garrosh kill, and he stole a Deathwing kill. Stop stealing my kills.
Stop stealing my kills.
It's a kill stealer. Report him.
He is. Swoops in at the last minute. My eyes rolled in my head like I was possessed when he showed up in Draenor when I'm fighting Garrosh, and then all of a sudden I get sidestepped by Thrall, who's like, "Stand back, my friend. I've got this."
Stand back, weary traveler. I got this.
I mean, if Blizzard doesn't do it to the justice that like the fan base wants, I'm sure you'll just make the real version of the cinematic, though, right, Nixxiom? You'll make the true version. You guys will put something together. Like you've done that with the Archimonde one. A couple of them you've done that with.
Gotta bring Kilrog back.
The real cinematic, yeah, those are pretty great. Yeah. Which I love how just apparently Nixxiom and Moocluck are just always there. Like they're just always like, they're always there when real,
Dude, like, lore-wise, in like if you read Wowpedia and you're like reading like, oh, these brave adventurers like defeated Kil'jaeden at the Sunwell, and these brave adventurers, defeated Illidan at the top of Black Temple. They're talking about Nixxiom and Moocluck.
Oh, okay.
But just to keep it simple, they call it adventurers. But it's Nixxiom and Moocluck. They're
just being very humble, right? We didn't want to. They were like, shall we record your names? And we said, nah, it's fine.
No. Exactly. So yeah, they're there, man. Them and Kilrog, always there.
Oh my goodness. Moocluck, what do you think story-wise? Who do you hope gets their comeuppance or like a good story plot? What are your thoughts for Legion?
I mean, well, the Ashbringer's on the table, right? Like, I don't know if I want Tyrion Fordring to die. I mean, I actually quite like the guy, but if he's going out, I hope he goes out well. Besides that, I think they mentioned Gen Greymane's finally doing something. Like, he led his people out of Gilneas and then never bothered to retake it after Cataclysm. So I hope there's like some confrontation between him and Sylvanas. At least that's what I'm hoping for. A bit of conflict between Alliance and Horde, maybe, at that point. Besides that, I mean, Gul'dan was the star of Warlords of Draenor, really. So I'm quite excited to see him again and see what evil he's coming up with for the first patch. Xavius as well.
Ooh, yeah.
I hope they do something interesting with him, like actually mechanically. I mean, he's the Nightmare Lord, so I hope we get to see some really weird stuff. Like, they just go full out and just we see the weirdest stuff in the Emerald Nightmare. I'm talking eldritch, like, horrors and stuff like that. Besides that, I mean, I'm just happy to be somewhere that's not an alternate universe.
Right, back on our home ground, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe Sargeras. Maybe we'll fight.
Ready to fight his toe?
Yeah, just his toe though. Yeah, just his lower half. Actually, like we fought only Kil'jaeden's upper half, but when Sargeras shows up, he's gonna be just his feet. Just his feet.
Just dangling for a little paw.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Kick you and stuff like that.
You guys are tickling me.
It's called the Moonwell. It's on the ceiling instead of on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, the Moonwell, not a Moonwell.
You figured it out.
They've got a Nightwell on the Broken Isles.
Nightwell, yeah.
The Nightwell.
Really?
That'd be great if it's actually upside down. That would be hilarious.
You guys are
really tickling me.
Oh no!
It's Proxagar all over again.
Exactly.
The lore people will get it.
They will indeed.
It's Proxagar.
So I guess from the future of the game aside now, which we'll just see, we'll get a whole lot more in 2 months at BlizzCon this year.
Yes.
So, what are the futures for the both of you? We kind of went over that at the beginning of the show a little bit, like your dockets for the future. But this is not like specifically the videos you want to make. Like, what's your end game? Like, is there something you want to work on together? Is there a collaboration you want to do? Is there someone you want to work with online? Is there a video you can't quite make yet that's like your magnum opus that you're working towards? Like, is there something you want to put together to really solidify yourself online, and you just kind of keep doing what you're doing? What's your plans, Nixxiom?
Well, my plans, in terms of short-term plans, first of all, I have been waiting an entire year to do this video, and I'm really excited to do it. Halloween is coming up, and I've been waiting a whole year to do a parody video of This Is Halloween with me and Moocluck and all these other YouTubers.
Ooh.
Like doing the different characters from the song.
Ooh.
I was thinking of asking you, Nobble, Krendor, Danger Dolan, Lazy Peon, and a bunch of other people, like, hey, I need like 20 characters. I need like 20 voices. Get ready to sing. You know, Moocluck loves it when I have him sing in my videos.
Is
like
it?
The one we just made.
Is this like a spoiler teaser? When's he gonna be singing soon? I wonder. What?
Brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves. Seriously.
Nobble, I'm in. So in.
Yes, man. Yep. So we sing a song in the part 1 of the video we talked about earlier. But
nice.
As for the future for me, I mean, like I talked about a little bit earlier, you know, one of the big reasons why I do YouTube is for me and my girlfriend, and I'm planning on getting a house in the near future, maybe a couple months down the road, and she's gonna move over here, and so that'll be nice. Probably gonna get hitched, so that'll be cool. Get married, and very excited about that. We've been talking about that for a while. And in terms of like longer term, let's like talk like 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. I mean, my plan is I love doing YouTube, and I love you know, the people that leave the comments on my channel. I really want to eventually branch out a little bit. I would love to do maybe I'm a history major at school. Like, I love history, and I love especially like mythology. I love mythology, and I would love to make a channel where I like talk about historical stuff, where I, you know, tell you guys that the Vikings invented electricity like hundreds of years ago.
Of
and
course.
Everyone's like, what? You know, what? I'm like, yeah, there's a little bit of evidence, maybe. It's a theory. And, you know, kind of like discuss things like that, and things that I've researched, and things that I'm doing in school. And, you know, go to school, and YouTube is something that I definitely want to do for as long as possible.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, the ball keeps rolling.
The ball keeps rolling.
The ball keeps rolling.
That sounds like a lot of stuff on your plate. Then I mean, it's exciting. Definitely, is a whole lot of going on.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Moocluck, what do you have to say?
In terms of working with other YouTubers and any like projects coming up,
Sure.
coming up for like maybe not Halloween, I might do something then. I'm not sure, but at Christmas, I'd love to do like a parody of Christmas Carol. It'd be a big time investment on my part, but I'd love to do like something where like Moocluck is like Ebenezer Scrooge, and Nixxiom's like,
oh no, that'd be amazing.
Another.
Yeah, and Nixxiom's like the ghost of Jacob Marley and stuff like that, and then have like other YouTubers be the ghosts of past, present, and future. That would be great.
Crap.
I'd love to do that. I'd definitely like to work with Krendor. I mean, we sat down and did fishing with him, both of us. He's such a nice guy, and Nobble, of course, if he's still in the chat.
He
But
should be.
he's a sneaky beaver. But yeah, like just with anyone really. Like I like working with people. I'm quite shy. That's why I'm so damn quiet on social media and everything. Like, don't take my quietness for rudeness. I'm just like,
well,
socially awkward.
I've got between this one and the after show coming up, I'm gonna have 2 hours of your face on the internet, so you can't
Oh
run from this
goodness,
anymore.
where's that beard?
Where's the beard? Where's the beard? Hide behind it. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I mean, I think you both have plenty of things in the future. I think both of those ideas are amazing. Do we have to do like tryouts for parts? Should I like start my should I start singing for you right now? I mean, man,
You can sing for us right now. It won't be for an audition, but
crap
it'll be a
baskets.
treat.
It'll be a treat.
What's a catchy little song that you know, Bay? Short little song.
My
You know the
goodness.
song "The Green Dragon" from Lord of the Rings?
Not well enough to sing it like a hobbit. I know, I'm terrible. I
I'll
was
have to
thinking.
save this dance for another time.
Oh, I know, right?
Mm.
I think we'll have to. That sounds. Those
Fine.
both sound. I mean, a back-to-back like Halloween special, and then like maybe a Christmas special too. I mean, that sounds really good. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'm planning on having like a lot of stuff done before my girlfriend gets here at the end of October. So Moocluck is going to be managing my channel for 2 weeks.
Oh god, it's
So
all gone.
If from what is it, October 19th to November the 2nd, if I leave a comment and I'm like, "You guys are dumb," that's Moocluck pretending to be me. Like, he's going to be the one releasing like all these videos and stuff, so that you know, consistent content coming out. But yep, that's the plan.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Very cool. Anything you want to leave possible future Machinimators with, or YouTubers, or your fans you want to shout them out with real quick before we wrap this all up? Moocluck, anything you want to leave people with?
Just I guess a general thank you for like watching our videos. I mean, we make them for you guys, and there are plenty of like smaller channels with very talented people out there, and I would definitely recommend like delving into the internet and just having a look around and finding some fresh meat to watch on the internet. And yeah, thank you for watching us for so long and our silly videos.
Nixxiom?
Very similar to what Moocluck said. I mean, I've been dipping, dropping the cheese a little bit in the past like 2 hours, talking about me and my girlfriend and how it really does humble me, like the people, all the fans and the likes and the shares. Keeps me humble. Very honored to have the following that I do. Very honored. So thank you guys. And in terms of some advice for an aspiring Machinimator, someone that wants to do things that me and Moocluck do, make Machinima, I would say that the best advice is, I'm going to have to quote Mr. Shia LaBeouf and say, just do it. There's so many, I talked about it a little bit on Lazy P on stream a couple days ago, and I just get a quick little rant where I said, like, there's so many people with so much talent in the world, and like they don't use it. And in my worldview, it's like, if you have a talent and you don't use it, you might as well not even have it. So if you know how to do video editing and you know your way around Model Viewer, like, show your creativity, show it off, and one day you will be sitting on Final Boss TV doing the interview. Yeah.
He's like reverse plugged an interview on my own show. I like it. That's pretty good.
You never know, man. Like,
you never.
Someone listening to this right now could be in me and Moocluck's shoes one day.
Could be the next Nixxiom.
Maybe. I mean, like, then they'll be the ones saying thanks for all the support, and then they'll get to know the feels. I feel
sorry for who would be the next Moocluck. Poor person.
Oh no! Aww. Well, all right then, gentlemen, I'm gonna hit the button. We're good on time here. But of course, thank you all for tuning in to episode number 96 of Final Boss TV. This is the Machinterview. If you missed the part 2 of the 2-parter, it's at the beginning of this episode. You can watch it on YouTube when it goes live either later today or tomorrow. And then part 1, of course, will be on Nixxiom's channel, and they'll be all interlocked and annotatory so you don't have to miss that. So you can find out what happened to Nixxiom Moocluck before this episode. But thank you all so much for being here. Go around the table real quick. We were sat down with Moocluck. You can go follow all of his YouTube's. Oh my god, that face. On youtube.com at Mooclucking. Put an ing on the end of that. That is the same for his Twitter as well. You can go follow him on Twitter. Or, of course, go check out his YouTube. Once he finishes all the method interview stuff, or method kill video stuff, he'll be back on making Machinima. Thank you, sir, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure.
Oh, it's been great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And then there's Nixxiom. And there's the hat again. Damn it scared me. You can go follow his YouTube at Silverlined Pro, not Silver. Don't be.
It's Silverlined Pro. Yep.
Yes. Of course, if you look up either of these gentlemen on YouTube, you will get their channels, as well as he's Nixxiom on Twitter. You can follow him on Twitter for updates and video postings and all of the like. Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
It was very, very awesome. Thank you so much. And of course, if you have questions for our guest, please stick around after the break. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's probably a button somewhere over here that says the after show. And we'll come back and we'll hang out with you guys for a little bit longer and take some questions from chat. But until then, until the YouTube videos, until the part 1, which of course, make sure you go watch that. I've seen not all of it, but it's pretty hilarious. And thank you all so much for watching. Next week, we'll be back to the Warlords of Ketchup Junket. We're going to sit down with some strength DPS with Retribution Paladins, DPS Death Knights, and DPS Warriors. And that'll start us back on the melee ranged tank healer for the next 4 Ketchup series episodes. Of course, you can look at the guide button down below or type !guide in chat to see all the episodes we've done in the past. And their links on the YouTubes are all there too. So thank you all so much for watching, everyone behind the scenes. Thanks to you, everyone. And trust in your seal of inevitable Warforged gold. And we'll see you all later, everybody. Until then, bye! Bye! Wait, bye! Wait a minute, what's that? There's a... What am I gonna do with you two? Oh my goodness.